Hi guys, welcome to Hoops Junction. Today I'm breaking down the 5 reasons why Damian Lillard is going to win the MVP this season. And don't say I didn't warn you, but here it comes. Number 1, Damian Lillard put it out there. He put it out there in the ether that he wants to win the MVP. Now, in previous years before, guys have always said, I think I should have been MVP after the fact. Damian Lillard is putting his stamp out there right now. He's saying, no. I want to be the MVP this year, and that's my goal. So him saying that is putting us on alert. So he's planting a seed in everybody's mind. It's like the Inception. You ever seen the movie Inception, where he's saying that you plant the idea in the mind and you just let it grow? So pretty much he just planted the idea in everybody's mind that he should be MVP. And as he plays better and better through the season, everybody's going to be looking at him and saying, yeah, he's the MVP. Yep, that's why he's the MVP. Yeah, that's why he's going to be MVP. He put it out there. A lot of people don't understand the power of their words, but Damian does. And that's why he already planted the seed in your mind. I went on ESPN the other day. They said, Damian Lillard MVP watch. I mean, already they're planting the seeds in your mind for him to become the MVP. So that's reason number 1. Number 2. Damian Lillard is playing on perhaps the best Blazers team that he's had in a while. And I'm going to say perhaps because he was with LaMarcus Aldridge and Nicholas Batum and Wesley Matthews, but that wasn't his team. He was like an additional piece. Like he was kind of coming into the fold. Now he's on his team. He took his team to the playoffs. And now if you think about it, it's him. He was an MVP candidate, everything like that. Then you have CJ McCollum, most improved player. All right. Now you have Mason Plumlee in the middle. It brought in Evan Turner. So they're a young team, nice young nucleus, and it's built around Lillard and his game. He has a co-star in McCollum that could fill it up just as much as he can. And the team has depth. They have Festus Ezeli. They have a solid squad, and that's going to help his MVP race. Think about it. They made it to the playoffs, and they lost 4 players. They lost LaMarcus Aldridge, Wesley Matthews, Nicholas Batum, and Robin Lopez, and they were still able to make the playoffs. Okay? So now look at this team is considerably better than last year's team, and they're bigger. So imagine the damage that they can do. Number 3, Damian Lillard is working off of last year's equity. Everybody knows Damian Lillard was snubbed for Team USA. Everybody knows Damian Lillard wasn't considered an all-star. Everybody knows all of these things that he's been snubbed. So he's been building up all that equity. Every interview is about something that Damian Lillard has not qualified for. Now that we know that he's the deal, it's Lillard time. We're all looking to see, okay, he's not going to get snubbed this year. He has to get something. He has to get awarded for his great efforts. There has to be something that, we have to give him an accomplishment for because he's such a great player. There's no denying that he's a great player. But now, because of the equity that he's built up with us through the years, now, we have to buy into what he's selling. And he's selling the fact that I'm going to be the MVP. And that's what we're going to buy into. It's like this. And think about this. If you shop at a Victoria's Secret, Shaw's, Stop and Shop, wherever you shop, game stores, clothing stores, they always give you like a little free incentive. They've been giving you little things for free. Here, take 20% off. Here, loyal customer. Here, we're giving buy one, get one free. Or join our mail club, get free emails every day, get free coupons every day. You know what they're doing? They're building up that equity with you. And then eventually, after they give you a lot of free stuff, now you got to buy the most expensive thing that they really want you to buy. So Victoria sends you like $25 off for panties, whatever it is. Now when you get to the store, they're selling the bras or panties for like $50. So you see what I'm saying? Like, that's what he pretty much has done. He built up equity with us. He said, okay, you didn't think I'm an all-star? That's fine. You didn't think I can make the Team USA? That's fine. Now, He's saying, I've given all that up because this is my goal now. This is what I'm really trying to get you to buy into. I baited the hook, and this is what I really want you to buy into. Number 4, the reason why Damian Lillard is going to be the NBA's MVP this year is due to the fact that the heavy hitters in the NBA are not worried about the MVP. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, I would even beg to say James Harden is not worried about it. All the guys that usually gun for the MVP are not worried about it because they understand that they're judged by rings. Right now, I don't know if Damian Lillard has the maturity to say he's able to win a ring. I know he said he wants to go to Western Conference Finals and possibly make an NBA Finals. I understand that. But I think where he's at, it matches his level of play, where he wants to become the MVP. You know, graduate MVP, then eventually you go up and up. Guys like LeBron, Stephen Curry, even Kevin Durant, they've all gotten MVPs before. So their mindset that's not their goal. Their goal is to win championships. And the only other player that is opposing Lillard is Russell Westbrook. Now, Russell Westbrook, he's been getting triple-doubles and stuff like that. Crazy games, 50 points, 13, 12, 10, stuff like that. But here's the thing that's going to separate the two. The team. Russell Westbrook's team is not as good as Damian Lillard's team. And that being said, that's where Lillard holds the edge. Because if Damian Lillard is able to amass a better record than the Russell Westbrook team, then that's going to be a wash. Y'all not going to give it to Lillard. So right then and there, it's because the heavy hitters, they're not focused on that. That's not their focus. Like Lillard, this is like the first year, they're saying the MVP race is like so wide open. It's really not that wide open because as the season plays, guys are going to take a rest. This is not going to be such a huge thing in the NBA. Like, guys are going to like have 20 points, sit down. that's what it's going to be like. You know, the other day LeBron had like 19 and 11, and he had triple-double. He's like, sit down. You know, I'm done. Like they're not going to try to go for 30-point games. None of that. Like the most you'll see is like 31. They're not going to go for 50. They're not going to want any of that because they're going to want to save it for the playoffs. Because you see all the crazy injuries that happen during the playoffs. That's because guys were wearing themselves out throughout the season. So they're like, okay, this season, let's take it slow. And finally, number 5, the last reason why Lillard's going to win the MVP is voter fatigue. Voter fatigue. Yes, I said it. People are really upset that Stephen Curry won back-to-back MVPs and won unanimously, even though his season is like comparable to like what Michael Jordan did in his MVP days. Like clearly he had the best regular season. He had the best regular season record. For a point guard, he was averaging 30 points a game. You understand? You don't understand, like, if you don't do your history and do the numbers, people don't average 30 points a game for the entire season. That's unheard of. Like, that's Michael's status. That's Wilt Chamberlain. That's Kareem's status. Like, so voter fatigue is gonna be a big factor this year. We all know LeBron got 4 MVPs, so people are gonna be tired of voting for LeBron. They already know he's the best player in the league. They don't judge him by the MVP. We're not voting for you. We're not going to vote for KD anymore. Everybody doesn't like KD. He made that awful decision to go to the Warriors. Quote-unquote awful decision to go to the Warriors. We're not voting for you. Stephen Curry, we're not voting for you, man. You didn't show up in the NBA Finals. You're really not an MVP. We're not voting for you. We don't like you. We're not voting for you. Who else is left? James Harden? Well, James Harden, you don't play any defense. You know, you don't affect the game how you're supposed to. We're not voting for you. We don't like you. No, you dribble too much. You got Dwight out of there. You know, there's some people that are still diehard Dwight Howard fans. You got Dwight out of there. You know, you really hurt us. You know, your lack of defense. You're always on Shaq and the Fool. We're not voting for you. Guess who else is there to vote for? Anthony Davis? You're a great player. You're awesome. But you're always getting bounced out of the first round. We're not voting for you. So who's left? Who is left? Westbrook and Lillard. And the thing about Westbrook is this. He is such a great player, but he's such a wild player. And Damian Lillard is a great player, but he's so under control. And the real mark of somebody who's calculated is if you can control yourself, you can tame yourself. Lillard can tame himself. Westbrook hasn't shown the propensity to do so. So there's going to be many more games of Westbrook blowing games as opposed to Lillard winning games. And if you think about that, the other night, Lillard hits a layup to take it to overtime. It's a nice lob. Then he hits the game winner. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Lillard is setting himself up. The way that he plays his game is so under control to the point where he's going to make the right plays. And I feel like Russell Westbrook has so much angst in him, he's going to make enough bad plays for us to say, well, you know, he averages too many turnovers. He does this wrong. Where Lillard, we're not going to look at him in that light. So, that being said, with all the voter fatigue, I mean, and really think about this. You don't want to vote for KD. You don't want to really vote for LeBron because, I mean, we don't care about the MVPs with LeBron. We just care about championships. You know, Stephen Curry, I'm pretty sure they're not going to give him another MVP. I mean, unless he, like, does something crazy. Like, unless he goes, like, on a, you know, 10 straight consecutive games, 30-plus points, then we're not going to give it to him. So the only person that I see is Westbrook and Lillard, and then maybe Anthony Davis, if people are, like, really serious about that. But depending on the season they have, which it could be a bad one, you know, you're not going to vote for him either. So that being said, man, those are those 5 reasons that Damian Lillard is going to become the NBA MVP. Number 1, he put it out there. Number 2, he has a really good team. Number 3, voter fatigue. Number 4, what's number 4? Let's say voter fatigue. The heavy hitters aren't looking for that. And number 5, he has built up a great deal of equity with us. And equity means a lot. Your reputation means a lot. If we all know that you're a good player and you haven't been given your just due, it's only a matter of time. And this season is Damian Lillard's matter of time because it's Lillard time, ladies and gentlemen. It's Lillard time. This is Vlad from Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Peace.